Hey guys, CryptoDad here again. Thanks for joining me on the Tuesday morning Q&A, Bitcoin Basics, where we'll talk about the basics of Bitcoin, what it is, how it works, and I'll field questions and do my best to get them answered. So thanks for joining me this morning. Oh, what happened? Okay. Well, that's kind of weird. Let's look at this. Okay, I think we're okay over here. Of course, technical difficulties. What did you expect? Oh, this thing is not working. Poo, poo, poo on me. Oh, Lord in heaven. All right, first of all, let's get the resolution adjusted correctly. Let's get this done. All right, there we go. Let's get back to a resolution that fits on the screen so you guys can see what I'm doing. There we go, HD. I have a secondary camera that I thought was working. Apparently it's not. That's kind of a bummer. Yeah, that's my Ledger camera. But anyway, let's not. I can troubleshoot that in a minute. Let me just pop out chat and talk a little bit to who's here. I noticed Lisa Johnson is here, and she threw out a question, which is a good question. So first of all, Bitcoin is a digital currency, a decentralized digital currency. Not that one, this one. Let's see, mastering Bitcoin. Now, I always refer to Mastering Bitcoin by Andreas Antonopoulos. It's a great resource. It's pretty thick, but it does have some good charts and some things that I can refer to and sort of throw up on the screen that help you guys. There's a link to this document in the description of this video if you're interested. I highly recommend that you buy the book. I have both of his great books here. This one, Mastering Bitcoin. This is the latest version, pretty sure. There may be a new one coming out. And then this one by the same author with Dr. Gavin Wood collaborating, Mastering Ethereum. Both great resources that give you, just an under-the-hood view of what Bitcoin is, what it does. But basically in this Bitcoin Basics, we talk about exactly what Bitcoin is. Now, I just said it was a decentralized digital currency. What does that mean? Well, it's another form of money, right? We've been trying to, over the history of mankind, figure out a way to exchange value with each other, right? If you're aware that early times we bartered, right? We traded things with each other. So I had a cow and you had some grain and you needed some milk and I needed some bread. So I would trade my milk for your grain and we were both happy. Now the problem with that is, let's say I want to sell my cow and for a chicken. Well, I want a chicken, but I don't want to give my whole cow for the chicken. So how do I split up my cow, right? So, and the cow is not very portable. So what are we going to do? We're going to have to figure out some intermediate thing that we can trade for value. And in the early days, they used feathers, they used rocks, they used all sorts of things, and then they settled on metal coins, right? That were malleable, that we could divide up, that we could exchange, and was portable, right? We could carry around. And that was for thousands of years. And then, but those had problems, right? The Roman Empire found out that, people could take their coins and shave them and make, their own coins. So that one coin was not a full value of whatever it started as. And then the Roman government started doing the same thing. They were devaluing their coins. and putting less of the metal and more of the filler, and they were debasing their currency. And also, coins aren't very portable if you need a bunch of them, right? So we kind of transitioned into paper money, much more portable, and it could be issued by banks, and then those started getting devalued. And in our modern society, right, we've got digital dollars, right? Banks can issue a loan simply by crediting your bank account. So a lot of people don't realize that the bulk of the so-called money in circulation is digital. We see these movies of the U.S. Mint churning out dollars, and we tend to think of, that all of the dollars in circulation are the circulating currency that we deal with, but it's not that way. The dollars in circulation, the paper dollars, are just a small percentage of the economy. And most of the economy is debt issued by banks, private banks in most cases. A lot of people don't realize this. So we had the crash of 2008, and then some smart guys came along and said, hey, why don't we take money to the next step? Let's do digital. And we won't base it on banks, right? There won't be some bank or government in control of this currency, right? It will be issued by a computer program, a set computer program that has a built-in mechanism that is not controlled by, humans per se, right? And Bitcoin was built so that only 21 million Bitcoins would be issued on this digital network. Well, how do coins get issued? Or Bitcoins? Well, people run advanced computer programs on specialized hardware that look for the solutions to very complicated math problems. And as they're doing that, they're facilitating the network. They're processing transactions. And when a Bitcoin miner, you've heard about these people, finds a solution to this math problem, a new block is created and a reward is given out. And that reward is the creation of new Bitcoin. And so by that method, new Bitcoins are created. So it's a little tricky, and it's decentralized, right? So no one person controls the blockchain. The blockchain uses advanced cryptography to verify that the ledger or the blockchain is correct, right? There are thousands, hundreds of thousands of copies of the blockchain on different computers all over the world, and they're all in sync with each other by using these mathematical methods, right, across the internet. So it is like a huge computer program that is being shared by lots of people. And you can go and take a look at Bitcoin's code. Bitcoin GitHub. GitHub is a code repository, an open source code repository where programmers can work on programs and share a code base, right? This is the actual code. I believe Bitcoin was originally written in C. There may be some additions to that, but it's out there on the internet. Anyone can look at the code. Anyone could download the code and change it to his own. He can create a different version of Bitcoin because it's open source code. Now the canonical, if you want to call it that, version of the Bitcoin core code is maintained by a bunch of programmers that work together to decide what the best way forward is. What we have bug fixes, we have upgrades, and sometimes they disagree, and that's how Bitcoin Cash got created, and that's how Bitcoin SV got created, Satoshi's vision. But the granddaddy of them all, the one that's been around for the longest, is Bitcoin, although there are some philosophical disagreements in the community that Bitcoin Cash is the real Bitcoin or Bitcoin SV is the real Bitcoin. But as far as the market is concerned, as far as most people are concerned, BTC is the real Bitcoin. It's the one that's worth almost $9,000 Bitcoin Cash and Bitcoin SV are not worth anywhere close to that. So you be the judge. All right, so the first question thrown out was by Lisa Johnson. Sorry it took me so long to get to it, but she wants to know, is there Bitcoin safe on exchanges? Well, here's another, we can delve into what Bitcoin really is when we talk about putting Bitcoin in our own wallets. Now, when you create a Bitcoin wallet, initialize your wallet, right? It generates a random code that claims, and I'm using the hand quotes quite a bit today, it claims a space on the blockchain. Well, I want to say space again, but there's this, it's like a huge mathematical area. I'm at a loss for words today. It's when you have a number or a combination of numbers that define a space, like let's say 1 to 100, right? And I say, okay, guys, everybody can pick a number, and that'll be your wallet, right, or your space, right? So, but if there were only 100 spaces available, they quickly be claimed up. So Bitcoin has a number space which rivals the number of atoms in the universe, right? So when you generate a Bitcoin wallet and this long key, you claim a space in this number. Can't talk. So anyway, you generate and you've claimed that spot on the blockchain. You've just created an empty wallet. You've said, I claim this address, it's mine, I have the private key to it, I control it through my wallet, and it's empty, and I can go on an exchange and buy Bitcoin from them. They've got their own wallets that they've claimed, and they've bought Bitcoin from wherever other people or miners that have created Bitcoin, and by virtue of that have Bitcoin in their wallets. So I can run somewhere and buy Bitcoin, usually from an exchange, right? Like Coinbase, Binance, Bittrex, Gemini. There's all kinds of places where you can buy Bitcoin online, right? Well, once I've made that purchase, do I really own that Bitcoin? Legally, maybe, but legally is not actually owning, right? I can lay a claim. The money in my bank account legally belongs to me in a way, right? But a lot of people don't realize that the money that you put in the bank is no longer your money. It is their money. They can do whatever they want with it. They can loan it out to Joe Schmo. But that's a simplistic view of what banks do with your money. Generally, they're taking your money and investing it in real estate or derivatives or whatever the heck they're doing with your money, right? It's their money. The only thing you get in return for putting money in the bank is a promise to pay, right? It's kind of a contract. But that contract can be invalidated. We see banks fail all the time. We see banks in, say, Lebanon and Greece where they've just told people, hey, your money's gone, or we're taking some of your money because we're in a crisis or whatever, right? So, but that doesn't happen with Bitcoin, right? If you own it and you put it in your own wallet. So it's much safer in your own wallet because it is impervious to decisions by governments or entities. So Coinbase could go belly up. It probably won't, but it could, right? Just like a bank. Back in the 30s and the 40s, people they didn't trust banks, right? So the people that lived through the Depression experienced the horror of having the bank say, we don't have your money anymore, or your money's gone, right? So a lot of people were wiped out, destitute, because they ran to the bank to get their money, and the bank said, we're closed, right? We're belly up, it's gone, your money's gone. And people, it was a horrifying experience. So you get the people from the Depression that don't trust banks. Well, nowadays, if I say I don't trust banks, I'm some sort of tinfoil hat conspiracy theorist, right? Everybody trusts banks, right? Well, there are many reasons not to trust banks. Like I said, Lebanon and Greece are prime examples of what can happen. Venezuela, when people have money in the bank, they can't get to it, right? So the same thing could happen with your Bitcoin if you're trusting an exchange to hold it. It probably won't, but they could go belly up. They could get hacked. They could get destroyed. Their servers could go down. The government could suddenly claim that they're illegal and seize all of their Bitcoin. The government could suddenly seize your Bitcoin in their account with a subpoena saying so-and-so owes back taxes or child support. So there's a lot of ways that your Bitcoin could not be safe in an exchange. So if you withdraw the Bitcoin and put it in your own wallet, bam, it's in my own wallet. So much safer, right? It's much more difficult for someone to hack your Bitcoin if you've got it backed up in your own wallet. It's much more difficult for someone to steal your Bitcoin if you have it backed up and put in your own wallet. If Coinbase goes belly up, I've still got my Bitcoin in my own wallet. If the government seizes Coinbase and tells them that they're an illegal operation, I still have my Bitcoin, right? So the creed of the Bitcoin community is not your keys, not your coins. When I create my own wallet, I get a set of private keys that unlock that Bitcoin. And once I've transferred that Bitcoin to my own wallet, that Bitcoin now lives in my wallet and I control the keys. No one can move it unless they have my private keys. And these things happen. People can be tricked into giving up their recovery phrases or access to their wallets. But if you're smart and careful, then the Bitcoin is safe and sound in your own wallet. A long answer to a short question, right? It's 9:17, 17 minutes I spent. Hey Lisa, hey Adam, hey Goon10, John Smith, good morning. Mark Zeman, Rex, do you do demo Restore Ledger X on phone, Bluetooth? I'm about to get a new iOS phone. Now, let me cover that briefly. I believe you asked that question because I just posted a video on demo Restore Ledger. Okay, so you want to restore your ledger onto your phone. Well, restoring the ledger itself. See, there's two things we're talking. I could have a blank ledger and I need to restore it with my 24-word recovery phrase. That's one scenario. Now, the other scenario is that I already have this ledger. It's already initialized. It already has wallets on it from my Ledger Live on my computer. But now I just bought a brand new phone and I want to get all of those accounts onto my phone, right? Well, there's an easy way to do this, non-Bluetooth way to do this, just based on your... let's get all this out of the way. Let's see if this works. Yay, first try. All right. All right, so let's say that I have Ledger. I've installed the app on my phone. All right, now let's go to accounts. Let's delete all my accounts. All right. All right. Let's delete them all, damn it. Let's just delete them all. I want you guys to see, first of all, that I'm not scared. And number two, that there's an easy way to restore all of these accounts. Boy, there's a bunch of them on here, eh? But that's fine. I want you to see what would happen. I don't know if there's a way to just delete every account right away. Probably not, right? Because it's kind of a severe thing. Good Lord, there's a lot on here. When will it end? Please. Tell me it's going to end someday. All right. Good Lord, heaven. Okay, I think I'm there. I'm getting closer. I can see the end. All right. I can see the end. Oops. All right. Almost there, guys. Almost there. Almost there. Okay, boom. All right. All right, so there we are. We just installed this iOS app on our phone, and it's blank, right? But I've got a bunch of accounts on here. So how do I restore, or transfer is a better word for it, all of those accounts onto this phone? Well, I could do them one at a time, right? I could say add account and hit that little plus and say, okay, I want to add a Bitcoin account, and I want to add it from my Ledger Nano X. Well, I've already set up the Ledger Nano X. So there is a process. If you're just installing this from scratch, you're going to need to add a new device, right? And pair it with your Bluetooth. So let's see. I don't know where that is. Settings. Well, it says Ledger. Oh, I guess you can't. It says Ledger Nano X because only the Ledger X is Bluetooth compatible. All right. So that's why it says only Ledger Nano X. So we just hit the plus, and then it would look for a device that had Bluetooth. Well, it sees the two that I've already paired with. So, but when it finds a new device, there's a little dance you do, and I have that in a video actually, where you confirm on the device that you want to pair. And once you get it paired via Bluetooth, it's in your list of devices, right? Now I have a video on that. I'll throw up a link to that video real quick. Let's see. Let's get that guy over here. Just so you'll have that video where I actually set up let's see here. I believe it's this video. Just let me look at it real quick and make sure that I do the Bluetooth thing.
Hey guys, CryptoDad.
I'm just gonna scroll through. Okay, I open up the box. I do all that good stuff. I write down the recovery phrase. Ah, see, here I do. Right, I do the pairing. I choose the pin. Ah, right there. See, I go through all this stuff in this video. So I'm going to give you a link to that video. Hey, Scott, good morning. All right, so if you want to set up a ledger from scratch, or you want to create the account on your phone. Now, you don't need to wipe your ledger if you've already got coins on your ledger and wallets and accounts on your ledger, right? So now that I've got the, you can go here and do the pairing on your own, right? But in my case, I've already got the device paired. So I'm going to select the Ledger Nano X, and it's going to look for it, and boom, there it is. Actually, I don't want to. We were going to add accounts, right? I was in Manager there, so we'll do Add Account. We'll hit that little plus, Add Account. I'm going to add a Bitcoin account. We'll do Ledger Nano X. All right, it's going to see it, right? I happen to be in the Bitcoin app already, so it's simply scanning my device. I'm sorry, my secondary camera is out today. So Sorry about that. I had it set up. I thought it was working. It was working, I swear. And then all of a sudden when I started the video, it was stopped working. But that's okay. Now you can see this ledger has a bunch of Bitcoin accounts on there. All right? All right, this is my phone, right? I can't use my mouse to do these. All right, so it found a bunch of empty Bitcoin accounts with balances, and all right, there we go. And it's offering me 2 new ones down there at the bottom. Let's just say I want the accounts that I have already, right? Oops, these 2. Now, you can't name them here. You have to add them first. All right, now I can name them. I can go to this little gear shift guy and actually edit the name right here, right? I could just call this Bitcoin Segwit, right? And then I could go to the other one and call that one just plain old Bitcoin Native Segwit if I want. All right, so that was through Bluetooth. I paired with my device, right? My device was right here and paired. And when I added accounts, it scanned. Now, if I'd have tried to add Ethereum, I would have had to switch over to Ethereum. So let's say, all right, I want to add an Ethereum account on my Ledger Nano X. Well, okay, it sees it now. But it knows that I'm not in the Ethereum app. It says, oh, wait, you're still in the Bitcoin app, right? So we're going to have to do this. Oops, sorry, guys. Now it's working. That part's working. All right, so I got to get out of Bitcoin. Quit. And I need to go into Ethereum. All right, and I'm going to move back to this guy. So you can see that as soon as I enter Ethereum, the phone recognizes, or does it? Was I in Ethereum? Maybe I wasn't in it. Oh yeah, there. It's okay. So the phone sees, hey, his Ledger Nano is within range, and now he's in the Ethereum app. So now I'm going to start scanning for Ethereum accounts. And it takes a couple of minutes. It's going to scan for my Ethereum accounts on my phone. My wife gave me a cup warmer. It's this cool thing. I can't really hold it up because it's the cord isn't long enough, but it activates when you set the cup on there. And so it's like a pressure plate, right? You put the cup on there and it turns on. And it keeps the coffee warm so that it doesn't keep the whole cup warm. But what the beauty of that thing is that it keeps that last sip warm. That's always, like, for me, that last sip of cold coffee is just so bleh. But now that I have this pressure plate thing, that last sip is hot. Because the lower the level gets, the hotter the pressure plate keeps it. All right, so here we go. We've got some Ethereum accounts. Now, let's deselect them all. I don't know, this is still scanning. I don't know. All right, so here's the Ethereum account that has a decent amount of Ethereum in it. We'll hit continue, and boom. All right, so now we've got 3 accounts in there. Now, we could do this piecemeal, and it would take quite some time. All right, let's edit the name. And that's all well and good. But there is an easier, quicker way if you already have a Ledger Live account. So let me show you how that works. I'm just going to delete all of these. I don't delete the wallets when I do this, right? The wallets are there in the device. The private keys for those wallets are in the device. Now, let's go to our Ledger Live, wherever it is. Here it is. All right, so here's Ledger Live, right? here's my account. I got a bunch of different cryptocurrencies in my Ledger Live. And I just got this phone. Where is it here? All right. I just got this phone. I installed the iOS app. And I really don't even need to pair with my device if I don't want to. I could simply use the iOS-based app to view my accounts, right? But you're better off with it paired in case you want to decide you want to send some Bitcoin or whatever out in the field, right? As long as you have your device with you, right? You carry the Ledger Nano X in your pocket to send out. But let me show you how to just put all your accounts on there, lickety-split. So we go over here to settings in Ledger Live. We go over to accounts, and then we say export accounts. We hit export, and it gives us this crazy moving QR code, this dynamic QR code. Now let's go over to my phone. Let's hit plus. And then down there at the bottom, you see where it says import desktop accounts? I'll tap that puppy, and it's going to open up the camera on my phone. Now I'm going to hold up this. I'll hold up my phone to the camera. Notice that little percentage there on the bottom. And boom, I got all of the accounts right away. And they're named exactly what I have them named in Ledger Live, right? It just immediately imported all of those accounts. So then down at the bottom, right, there's an, whoops, eek. Down at the bottom, there's that import. Let me let that sync. I'll just hit import, and they'll all go in there, and they're all going to sync up to the blockchain. Now, like I said, I could do this without even having a Ledger Nano paired, right? I could do this even if all I have is a Ledger Nano S, and I just want to see my balances on my phone because I'm the kind of person that checks my portfolio 10 times a day, right? So you can do this pairing thing using the QR code in Ledger Live to simply see your accounts on the phone, right? So you're walking around and you want to see, you know, how's my Bitcoin doing? You can check it. How's my Ethereum doing? You can check it, right? How is my my ERC20 tokens? See, it even imported the BAT at the same time. All right. How are all my worthless Tron accounts doing? Oh, look at all those Tron accounts, all those worthless tokens that people have been airdropping to me that don't even show up price-wise in Ledger. Right? How are they doing? I can look. I can see. Right? Doesn't give me much. But that's it. Cool. I've got all of these accounts synced. Now, if I want to send out, then I do need the pairing part, right? Let's say, okay, I want to send out some Bitcoin from this account. I'll need to give it an address, and then it's going to ask me to verify on my device, right? But then I would need to have the device paired because the device has the private keys, and you cannot control a Bitcoin address without the private keys. Now you can watch it all day long, right? That's free. The blockchain is transparent. I can watch my addresses all day long. I don't need my private keys for that. But if I want to send any Bitcoin out from that wallet or address, then I need to possess the private keys. And that's why I need this guy with me, because it has the private keys. This is not really a wallet, strictly speaking. This is a keychain that holds all of the private keys for all of my Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. So we got into a discussion of Ledger Live and phones. So that was a little beyond basics. So let me catch up to what you guys are talking about. D. Daniels, thank you. I finally got the Nano S. I'm having a hard time putting Stellar on there. Okay. You got a Stellar, you got a Ledger, boop-a-doop-a-doop. What did I do? Where's my Stellar? I guess I took it off here. I reinstalled this for a video. I had wiped all these accounts on there. So why don't we add Stellar? So we're going to go over to Manager. And the first thing we'll do is we'll install the Stellar app on our device. That's step one. Right, we need the app. So I'm going to exit this guy, quit, get to the main screen, and that will allow me, and then I'm going to need to allow Ledger Manager, right? So I'll hit both buttons there. All right. Now I'll just go down to the Stellar app, right? It's they sort these by market cap, so Stellar's kind of up near the top by market cap. You can see it's already installed, but if it's not installed, there'll be an install button next to it. So you'll want to install the Stellar app on your device. I've already got it, right? So get Stellar installed on your device. Now let's go back over to accounts. We want to add a Stellar account, right? You can see I don't have any Stellar accounts. So let's hit add account. Let's go to Stellar, right? All right, so we added the app on the device. Now we're adding the account in Ledger Live. So I need to be in the Stellar app in order to do this. Let me put this here. All right, so you can see this a little better. We need to go over to Stellar, wherever Stellar is, there's Stellar, and I need to hit both buttons and be in Stellar. I'm in Stellar now. All right, now that I'm in the Stellar app, I can let Ledger Live search for it, any existing wallets. So I don't know if you already had Stellar on your device or not. If you did, then this will find it, right? And I can edit it here. I don't have to wait for the account to get created. I can edit it on the fly as I'm adding it in. Hit add account, and then close this guy, and there's my Stellar. There's my Stellar. Now, let's say, you didn't have any Stellar on your ledger, right? Well, in that case, you would have created the empty one, right? So if we go back and we add accounts, Stellar. If you've never had Stellar private key stored on your ledger device, then you would create the empty one, right? We'll just let this one be Stellar new. I could call it Stellar empty, but we may not keep it empty very long. Hit add account, close. Now I've got a blank Stellar account on my ledger, right? When I installed the Stellar app, I created a private key. It generated a random private key and claimed space out there on the Stellar blockchain, empty space, right? It's like the Oklahoma settler rush. If you remember back in your history class, they opened up. Oklahoma was one of the last states to open up to settling, right? And all these people were like lined up on the border of Oklahoma, and they like shot a gun, and all these people ran out and started claiming space for settlements or settlers, pioneers in Oklahoma, right? So it's similar. That's the way the blockchain works, right? Only there's so much space that all you really need to do is generate a random number, and chances are very high, almost astronomically high, you're going to find an empty one, because there are so many of them that I could claim I could generate random keys all day long, and I'll never get one that someone else already has, right? In fact, I could do it for days. I could do it for months. I could do it for years. Just generate random keys on my device. And I would never hit one that someone else has. The number of spaces is astronomically, it's like you can't even wrap your mind around it, right? So when I installed the Stellar app, I generated a private key. And from that private key, mathematically, I generated a public key. And from that public key, I mathematically can generate a receiving address, right? So let's hit receive. Let's choose Stellar new, and let it scan my Stellar private key, and it generated a public key. There it is, right? I can copy this into my clipboard. I can go onto an exchange, I can buy some Stellar, and then I can do a withdrawal and move that Stellar into my own wallet. Why don't we do that, right? Why don't we go out and buy, I want to do some Bitcoin, but maybe we can do some Stellar too, right? Actually, I'll go ahead and see, it asks me to confirm the address on my device. It's pretty long. I'll hit approve. I'm done. But I'm not going to send anything to that address right this second. Right? Let's go get ourselves logged into an exchange, right? This is how all of this works, right? We want to buy some cryptocurrency somewhere and store it in our own wallet. So let's get ourselves signed into our Coinbase account. It's the easiest one. There are lots of them. I like crypto.com on my phone, but I'll stick with the easy one right now. I need to go to my Google Authenticator and get my Google Authenticator code because I have two-factor authentication set up on this Coinbase account. You should do that unless you don't care about your coins and you want them to get hacked. All right, so here we go. I don't think I have anything in here at the moment. I thought I did. I thought that I got some Bitcoin the other day, but I must have already pulled. I think I pulled it out the other day when I was on the Friday live stream. No, I did a video yesterday where I actually withdrew the Bitcoin that was in here. I'm getting old, I forget, right? Yeah, there it is. I pulled it out yesterday. All right, so let's buy some more, right? Let's buy some Bitcoin. So I'm going to hit trade up here, and the first interface that comes up is Bitcoin for dollars, right? I can buy Bitcoin for dollars, right? And what kind of dollars? Well, my bank account, right? When you open up a Coinbase account, you verify your identity, right? You got to scan your ID and send it to them and everything. They know who I am, my social security number, all that good stuff, right? That's required in Coinbase. Just get used to it. Modern day. All right, now that I've got my Coinbase account established and they know who I am, I can connect my bank account, right? In the old days, you didn't have to do that. Back in 2017, you didn't have to verify your identity. All you had to do was connect your debit card. They didn't care who you were. They just cared that you had a bank account that was valid, right? But I digress, right? So I can connect my bank account or my debit card. So the bank account is, it's directly connected to my bank account. When I buy Bitcoin, it pulls it out of my bank and uses it to buy Bitcoin. The only problem with that, in my mind, is that that whole process takes 3 to 5 business days to clear, right? Now, then I can move the Bitcoin. But until that, I've bought the Bitcoin, theoretically. I got it at today's price, and it's in my Coinbase account, but I can't withdraw it until the bank transaction clears, all right? But if I use my debit card, the weekly buy limit is lower, the fees are slightly higher, but I get my Bitcoin right away. It's mine to do with as I please, most likely. Withdraw, right? I'm going to take it, put it in my own wallet. So let's buy $50 worth of Bitcoin and see what happens here. Preview buy. There's the latest price of Bitcoin, almost 9,000. There's my purchase. I'm only going to get $48 worth of Bitcoin because they're charging me $1.99. There are other places we could buy Bitcoin for a little bit less fee-wise. Cash App, crypto.com. But I'll show you Coinbase, right? We'll hit buy now. And it takes it a minute. And boom, I got it. All right, I don't need to view this. I can just, but let's buy some Stellar. Do they have Stellar? I think they do. Yeah, there's Stellar. Let's go to trade. And the first choice is Stellar for dollars, right? Well, I don't want to use my bank account. I want to use my debit card, right? And let's buy, oh, I don't know. Let's buy $50 worth of Stellar, right? All right, we'll hit preview buy. All right, I'm going to get, how much Stellar am I going to get? Okay, 653 Stellar. Same fee, everything else. We're going to hit buy now. Stellar has been on a tear lately. I just got an email alert that I bought some Stellar. All right, there we go. I can view that transaction. There I can see 47.76 worth of Stellar. I don't know why it's only worth 47.79, whatever. Anyway, all right, so I bought it. It's mine. Right now, let's put it in our own wallet. All right, so we'll go back over here. Let's do that receive again. Let's generate that Stellar address. Let's copy it into our clipboard. Let's go ahead and confirm it on here. We've already done this once. We're just going to do it one more time. All right. Now, let's take that address that we copied into our clipboard, go over here to Coinbase, hit send. I'm sending it from my Coinbase to my wallet. I'm going to paste in that Stellar address. I don't need the memo because I'm putting it in my own wallet. My Ledger wallet does not need the memo field. A lot of people get confused about this. They say, "Oh, I can't move it to my wallet because I don't have the memo." Well, you don't need the memo when you move Stellar into your own wallet. There are other cryptocurrencies like that. When I put Stellar on an exchange, I need the memo, right? They're going to give me the memo. They're going to give me all kinds of warnings. You better put the memo on there or you're going to lose it, you know. Well, moving it from an exchange to my wallet, I don't need the memo, right? I click in the amount field. I'm going to hit send max. We'll hit continue. See, ask the recipient for this info. Well, they just asked me and I'm telling them I don't need it. Telling them they don't need it, I guess. Let's hit continue. Yeah, we get it. We don't, we're sending it without the ID. I'm not worried. Skip. Throwing all caution to the wind, right? I need my two-factor authentication for my Coinbase account. 959. Hit confirm. And off it goes. Boom. Off it goes. All right. How fast did that go? Let's see. I don't know. It might take a few minutes. It's not going to happen instantaneously. It happens pretty fast on the blockchain, but on an exchange, there's internal things that need to happen on the exchange involving liquidity and whatever's going on and the queue and how many other things they're processing at any given day or time. So it doesn't happen as fast as if I were to send you Stellar from my wallet to your wallet. But it will happen, hopefully, within a few minutes. Right? Boom, there it is. Okay, so now the Stellar is in my wallet and I control the private key of this Stellar. Right. Now, let's go over to the Bitcoin. Right, let's go over here to the Bitcoin account. And I want to put some Bitcoin in this wallet, that Bitcoin that I bought on Coinbase. So I'll hit receive. I'll hit continue. Now I need to be in the Bitcoin app, right? So I need to it's telling me, get the hell out of the Stellar app, you dum-dum. It says quit the application on your device. So I'm going to use the metal button to get over here to quit. I'm going to hit both buttons, go out to the main screen. Now it says, okay, you're trying to receive Bitcoin, so go into the Bitcoin app. It's pretty clear. All right, there's Bitcoin. I can't see it very well, but maybe you can. Let's hit both buttons. Now I'm in the Bitcoin app on my device. The device is connected, and Ledger generates my receiving address. All right, so same wallet, new receiving address. It can generate an infinity amount of receiving addresses. I'll hit copy into my clipboard. I'm going to go ahead and confirm the address. Just eyeball it. Make sure it's the same address you see on your screen. I'm confident it is. We'll hit approve. And we're done. There's already some Bitcoin in this account. So let's go back over to Coinbase. Let's go to our portfolio. Let's go down here to Bitcoin. Let's do another send from Coinbase to my wallet, paste. All right, I'm going to send it all. So when I get into the field, I'll hit send max. Notice there's no memo stuff going on. All right, I'll hit continue. I need to enter my two-factor authentication for Coinbase. All right, we'll hit confirm, and off that Bitcoin goes on its way to my wallet. Hit that. Let's get this out of the way, and then we'll hit sync. So you can see down here the last operation of incoming Bitcoin was May 3rd. Might take a few minutes. All right, so I know I've been doing a lot of stuff without seeing what you guys are talking about. So sorry to ignore you if you've got a burning question. Can I have my offline wallet on the exchange at the same time? Well, I guess I'm not sure if I understand the question, but I will say that Bitcoin can only be in one place at one time. So either it's on the exchange or it's on your wallet, right? So your Bitcoin is either living on the exchange or in your wallet. Now you can have a Bitcoin wallet and have an exchange at the same time, but like I said, you've been watching me move Bitcoin back and forth. It's either on the exchange or it's in your wallet. There is no in between, right? You can't like have your Bitcoin on an exchange and on your wallet. Now you can just go online and view your Coinbase or your Coinbase account and just kind of keep track of your what's going on. You can have an app on your phone that monitors your Coinbase account, right? Right, so I can go over to my Coinbase account on my phone and just take a look at what's going on in my account. I don't need price alerts. I got enough price alerts, right? I can see the state of my account on my phone. I don't know if that's what you're asking, you know, can I do both, right? But if you want to hold the Bitcoin in your wallet, then it's in your wallet. Now, a lot of people get all freaky about, if I move the Bitcoin off the exchange, and what if the price goes up? Okay, well, what if the price goes up? The Bitcoin is going to be worth more, but it's in your wallet. So if you want to sell it, you're going to have to move it back to the exchange to sell it, right? So, but that's the thing. It's either in your wallet or on the exchange. There's one or the other. You choose which one you want. If you want to keep it on the exchange so it's ready to go if the price goes up and you want to sell it and make a bundle, well, then keep it on the exchange. But we talked about the pitfalls of keeping your Bitcoin on an exchange. Better to just keep it in your wallet and then transfer it over when the price goes up. It's only a matter of minutes to move your Bitcoin from your wallet to an exchange if you like really want to sell it. All right, and you saw the Bitcoin came in from Coinbase, right? So there it is. It came in today. Seems like it's getting less and less as we go. But the value of that Bitcoin is determined by different process than the Coinbase. So there's always going to be a little bit of discrepancy as to how much this Bitcoin is worth, but and there might be some small fluctuations in the price of Bitcoin when you're during the transfer, but the amount of Bitcoin stays the same, right? So that's really what I'm worried about is, did I get the amount of Bitcoin that I had on Coinbase in my wallet? And the answer is yes, right? I can go to Coinbase. I can go to my Bitcoin portfolio. I can look, it says it's still pending, right? How much Bitcoin? Where is it? Doesn't even tell me how much Bitcoin it was. 0.0053. Well, they didn't give me a very 0.005316 is what I got. So it's the same amount of Bitcoin. I just like it's not very precise here for whatever reason. Who cares, right? Okay, so that's buying Bitcoin, sending it to your own wallet. Can I have my offline wallet and on the exchange thing? I'm not quite sure. Hi Rex, please advise the best wallet for safe crypto. Well, you've been watching me use a Ledger Nano X, right, from ledger.com. I believe I've got some links to Ledger in the description of this video, if I'm not mistaken. Let's take a look. Let's look at our live video at the moment. We're in it right now, right? Oh. Okay, there we go. Yeah. Cointracker, crypto.com, and Ledger. Right here. That's my affiliate link for Ledger if you want to go buy one, right? I'm not holding the gun to your head, but I think it's one of the safest, most convenient ways to store your cryptocurrency in your own wallet. Now, maybe you're on a budget, right? You just want a free Bitcoin wallet, right? There are free wallets, right? You can download and install the Electrum Bitcoin wallet on your computer. Not quite as safe because it's on your computer, right? Your computer might get hacked. When you have a hardware wallet, then the private keys are on a different device, right? Let's see where we are here. Here we go. Whoops, I keep going to the wrong thing. There are other hardware wallets. If you so desire, you can get a Trezor. That's also a good solution. Nothing wrong with Trezors. I just don't use them as often. They're not my go-to device, but they've got pros and cons. Some things are a little better using the Trezor. Some things are a little worse. It's a trade-off, right? It's basically Coke or Pepsi, right? You want a Trezor, you want a Ledger. They're both hardware wallets, right? There are other ones. There's Alipal, which claims to be more secure, but a little more difficult to use, in my opinion, right? You've got this tablet-looking thing that holds the private keys, and then you've got the phone app that interfaces with it, and so you've got to have both. You got to have like the phone app and this thing. And then you're gonna, if you want to spend Bitcoin out in the real world, you'd have to carry this thing around with you, which is like a second phone. Or you just keep it at home and store it in a safe place. Holds a lot of cryptos, pretty cool. I've done some videos on Alipal, so another safe way to store Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. So whatever way you choose, I believe the hardware wallet is your best solution, right? There's paper wallets too, but those are inconvenient to use, right? So there you go. Thanks for the video. It helped me set up my ledger. Very easy to follow. Is there a class that teaches everything about Bitcoin? I don't think so. No, there's not one class. Well, yeah, go read this book if you want to know everything about Bitcoin. The link to this is in the description by Andreas Antonopoulos. Read this book if you want to learn everything about Bitcoin. Right here. There it is. Boom. There's plenty of online classes. You can take free online classes at EDX. Right? I'll bet you there's an online course on Bitcoin. At Berkeley, of all places, right? Go take a free class at Berkeley and learn all about Bitcoin. Right? Free. Right? There's a lot of people on the internet that want to teach you about Bitcoin that want to charge you. Don't, unless you totally trust them and you feel like you're going to give you a better view. If you're lazy, then no one's going to inject Bitcoin knowledge into your head, right? What you really need to do is take your own initiative and learn about Bitcoin. This book, right? That's how you learn about Bitcoin. Or go online and take this class. Or just watch YouTube videos on Bitcoin, right? There's lots of them out there. If you would rather just sit in your chair and watch a video to enlighten yourself, go ahead, right? There's so much free info out there for Bitcoin, right? You just have to sift through it and find it, right? But there's not like one place where there's one guy that's going to tell you everything about Bitcoin. It's decentralized, right? Funny, they don't teach us about money in school. You go to a bank and ask them how money is created, they tell you, we'll get back to you, right? So there's really no one place you can go to learn about money either, right? I feel if you really want to know what Bitcoin is and want to know what a US dollar is, you're much more likely to find a clear and concise definition given to you by a trustworthy person on the Bitcoin question as opposed to the dollar question, right? You can go to Wikipedia and read what Bitcoin is. You can go to Wikipedia and read what a US dollar is. Those are pretty good summaries. Or you can just watch my live streams. I have a specific question restoring Ledger Nano S from Google Chrome to Ledger Live. Do you have an email I can send you? I have a specific question regarding restoring Ledger Nano S from Google Chrome to Ledger Live. Okay, John, you can send me an email. Gmail. So here's my policy on questions, right? All of you wonderful people out there. If you've got a question and it's concise and it's phrased well, then and I feel it can be answered easily, I will answer your questions via email. If you've got issues, right? And you all know what I'm talking about. If you've got issues and you bring up your issue in an email and I give you an answer and then you keep following up with more emails and then threatening me, telling me that I'm not answering your question, I don't want to be weird here, but I get a lot of these, then I'm probably not going to continue to respond to your emails. If you send me an email that says, "Help me, sir," I'm probably not going to respond to that either. If you have a specific issue that you're having difficulty working through and you want some one-on-one help, then send me an email and we can set up a Zoom session and I'll charge you $100 an hour, right? So if you have more than just a question, then we probably need to take it to the one-on-one phase, right? But like I said, I'm happy to answer clear, concise questions via email. But once it gets to the point of, it's an ongoing thing and you keep following up with more questions, then I'll probably start ignoring your emails. Hey, that's my prerogative, right? We live in the real world. And I've got a family, I got a YouTube channel, my time is valuable. If you want my one-on-one, then you should be willing to pay for it, right? But like I said, if you just got a little question that can easily be answered and you have no idea what the answer is, shoot me an email. I answer people's questions via email all the time. I answer people's questions on the live streams all the time. I do my best to answer my YouTube comments if you just want to throw up a question in the comments. But it's that's pretty hard because I get lots of questions all day long on my YouTube comments. I do my best to keep up with those. All right. So, but I'm out there. My email is easily found. People send me emails all the time. But like I said, not "help me, sir." That's not a legitimate question. But yeah, explain what you're trying to do, that you're having a problem, and I'll do my best to give you an answer. Restoring ledger and answer. Okay, really, if all you that question that you just threw up there, I just answered that in a video, by the way, just so you know. I just did a video on how to set up your accounts on your Ledger Live from a new installation of Ledger Live. Right? Pretty easy. What am I doing here? This video, and a lot of times people will send me questions through email that I have answered. There it is right there. I just did this video yesterday. How to restore Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, and others using Ledger Live. So this, whoops, damn it. This video is probably the answer you're looking for, right there. So a lot of times people send me, their question is very specific, and it is perfectly answered by one of my videos. And they haven't been able to find that video, whatever. So I'm happy to send them a link to the video that takes them step by step through exactly what they want. I've got over 300 plus videos coming up on 400. There's probably a video that answers your question so good you're like, my God, why didn't I know about this video before? But I'll send you the link. All right. Boom. Is it worth staking Tasos? Sure it is. If you've got Tasos and it's just sitting around doing nothing, of course it's worth it, right? It's free money and it stays in your wallet, right? So here we are. We got some Tasos in here. I don't have a lot. I got 18 Tasos. But let's say you got 10 grand worth of Tasos. Sure, stake it. Why not? But I guess the question is, should I buy Tasos and stake it, right? Well, it's perfectly safe. And Tasos is a decent, you might gain in two ways. You're going to get Tasos by staking it, right? And the price of Tasos might go up, might go down too, right? But let's say I've got 10,000 Tasos, worth quite a bit, and I'm staking it. And instead of them I don't know what happened here, but instead of them sending me 0.008 Tasos every few days, they might be sending me more than that, right? The more Tasos I have in the wallet, the more staking rewards I'm going to get, right? So if you got Tasos now, stake it. It's totally worth it. If you're trying to decide whether you should buy Tasos and stake it, that's entirely up to you. I think it's 6%, something like that, minus whatever fees the validator takes. I think someone threw that out there. Same with Tron, right? So then we might get into the argument, should I stake Tron or Tasos? I couldn't answer that one. I'm really not that, I don't get into the finer details of exactly the percentages and all that stuff. All I know is you can hold it in your own wallet with your own private key and then stake it and earn interest on it while it sits in your own wallet. Much better than putting it on an exchange or money in a bank. Banks aren't really paying that kind of interest anymore. But better to keep it in your own wallet and earn interest on it. Good stuff, man. Staking. Frank Piazza, just jumping in to say hello. Hello. Thank you, Frank. I appreciate that. Luciano Verdicino, do you know when it will be possible to withdraw BAT from iOS Brave wallet? No, I don't. Actually, I think it's happening, right? If you sync. The only problem is they've got sync disabled right now. So I've got a video on how to do the sync, but I get some people are asking me questions on the video and they're saying, hey, I can't sync anymore. It's gone, right? So according to Brave, sync your BAT across device. This one. This is how you pair up your phone-based Brave with your desktop Brave. And once you've got that set up, you will get paid into your Uphold wallet, right? So where are we here? Here we go. Oh, this is wrong browser. Sorry. So if we go to Brave Rewards, you can see that at the moment I don't have any BAT tokens in here because I just got paid out. When I hit withdraw funds, it goes to my Uphold account. And you can see right now it's 0 because I withdrew it not too long ago. But your Brave comes in from your Brave browser. Your BAT comes in from your Brave browser. Once it's in Uphold, you can spend it, right? So that video link that I gave you shows you how to do all that, right? Let me take a look at this one. Let's go back. This one is a little more precise on actually connecting your Brave browser, your desktop Brave browser, to your Uphold wallet, right? You'll have to do that first, and then once you've got that connection to Uphold, you'll be able to, whatever you earn in the desktop browser will go into your Uphold wallet periodically. All right, and then if you set up the phone version of Brave, you'll need to sync it, right? So if I go to Brave browser on my phone, then let's see, I've got rewards there. Get them. Oops, there it goes. Come on, there it goes. All right, there's the phone-based wallet. It's earning BAT, but mine is going into Uphold by virtue of the fact that it's paired with my browser. But like I said, they've disabled pairing for whatever reason because they're having some issues. They're trying to get it fixed. So you can't pair right now, but you will eventually. So if that's your problem, you're like, hey, it's not pairing. It won't pair. Why is it? Where is the pairing feature? It's not there anymore. They took it away because there's problems. Let's see, BAT. Let's see, Brave mobile pairing. Let's see if that's what? Brave browser. Come on, Rex. Brave mobile pairing not working. Brave browser sync not working. Sync not working. Sync grayed out. Sync not working. Somewhere they're telling you. Okay, Brave sync temporarily disabled on desktop. Right? And that's from February 19th. So I don't know when they'll get that fixed. Okay, cool, Sergio. Do you stake using Ledger? Yeah. I've got a couple of staking videos. I think Tron staking and Tasos staking. So yeah, you can go CryptoDad Tasos staking. Oops. Did you mean CryptoDad's Tasos? There's a video on Tasos. Step by step from beginning to end. Where do you claim it? It just goes right into your wallet. It just comes in. Let's see. If we go to Tasos, right? You can see I get little pieces of Tasos on periodically. They're 2 cents worth of Tasos. 2 cents worth of Tasos. You have to set up the delegation first, right? They give you buttons that say it, right? You can set it up here. I can change the validator. I can end the delegation. I can add more wallets to this or add more Tasos to it, right? It's all in that video. I give you specific instructions on how to do it, right? And then the money just rolls into your wallet, right? From the internet. You just get free money on the internet once you've got it staked. Okay. Don't Digicoin. I try to shy away from these. What do you think about X coin? But I will quickly take a look at it. Okay, less than a penny. What's a coin? Is that it? Digital coin? Digicoin? Or am I looking at something else? That looks Digicoin. Digicoin. DGC. Copy. Let's look at it in CoinGecko. Browsers. More than one browser can be a pain.
Okay, here's AnyMote Smart Remote. Your Echo is not paired with AnyMote. Please enable Echo into
Echo.
the AnyMote app settings.
Echo.
Or view the card.
Oh, Echo. Cancel. DGC. Okay, I guess that's it. What do I think about it? I don't know anything about it. How's that? Looks worthless to me. Right? I don't know anything about it. Can't help you with that. But if you want to know more about Digicoin, look on CoinGecko. It'll tell you about its website, its community, where you can buy it, the charts, all that stuff. Looks pretty worthless to me. You can't buy it anywhere reputable that I can see. Right? When you can't buy it anywhere, it's probably pretty worthless. Right? It's probably they got somebody threw up a website and said, "Send me your Ethereum, I'll give you my worthless coin." Okay, guys, I've gone over today. Thanks for joining me. Oh, Digibyte. Oh, okay. Digibyte. Okay, that's different. Digibyte has been around for a while. It's one of Scott Lee's favorite coins. A very thriving community of believers. Kind of undervalued right now, but a pretty decent coin in my view. So, I'm not an investment advisor, but just my evaluation of Digibyte is it's a stand-up coin, right? Maybe a little undervalued right now. Been around a while. All right, guys. So thanks for joining me. Hope to see you again on Friday or again on next Tuesday. Don't forget, I have a live stream Friday and Tuesday morning. 8 p.m. Eastern Standard on Friday, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard on Tuesdays. I'll try my best to get your questions answered. Please join me. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you'd like to subscribe to my channel, I would appreciate it. When you subscribe, there's a little bell that you can click that will allow you to be alerted whenever I post new content. Once again, thanks for joining me and hope to see you again soon.